So, you're here, which means that you probably need some help. I'm just kidding. Here are 5 rules that I believe will help you. Now, this is sheerly just based off what I've experienced within the last 2 years and what I believed helped me personally. Now, this may help you and it may not. Hopefully, it does. Starting off with rule 1. Slow down. Or in other words, find a hobby or something you like that would help you slow down. For me, a pretty good story that I can tell was that earlier this week, I was having a conversation with my dad. I was talking to him about the different tastes and textures of coffee, and to him he said, well, to me coffee is just coffee. And that struck a chord with me because to me, I sit down and I enjoy a good cup of coffee that I have made from hand. And for him, coffee is just coffee, which means that he doesn't enjoy his cup of coffee. There's just benefit to it, so he drinks it. In other words, if you slow down and you enjoy a thing like a good cigar or a good cup of coffee, or it could be as something as enjoying a good cup of alcoholic beverage or beer or anything of the sort, find something that you enjoy that helps you slow down and realize where you're at in life. To some people that may be hard, and I understand that. I mean, the past 19 years have flown by and I didn't slow down until I turned 20. So 21 now, and I am now enjoying my life with these rules that I have made. Continuing with rule number 2. Read and write. Now, the only reason why I say this is because reading will encourage you to mentally grow and to try to understand what you are reading. And there's actually more people who are more intellectual based that will read. But even someone like me, who I do not consider myself intellectual at all, I picked up a book just recently, and I've been reading a bunch of books, and it has helped me realize that there is a growing process to reading. Start off with something like Atomic Habits. That would help you actually organize your life a lot more, and we'll get into organizing your life later on, as in the 5th rule. But if you start reading and understanding what you're reading and the realizations that you will get from reading, especially self-help books, that's what I encourage most beginner readers to start on, is reading self-help books, because they will help you realize where you are going wrong with what you are doing. And even if you're not doing anything necessarily wrong, you are still now realizing that you need to do something better in your life, which is why you're watching this video. And writing. The writing portion of it, I keep actually my journal at my desk side, and I journal out how I slept the night before. And it may seem a little boring, like, oh, I know how I slept the night before, but this will help you understand where your goals are going and what your habits are becoming. The better your habits are, now, habits and hobbies do not go hand in hand. Habits are just little things you do each day, and you can keep account of what you do each morning, what your routine is, what your nightly routine is. And if you don't have a routine, I definitely suggest writing down what your goal is, because, I mean, it's New Year's Eve, guys. Come on. Like, at least make a small effort, not even a big one. Habits start small, which is why I suggested Atomic Habits that people should be reading. But if you start writing, it'll help you be more accountable for what you do in your day, and it would also help you understand what you did in an entire day, and did you waste time, there's a difference between slowing down and wasting time. Wasting time is like scrolling on your phone through hours of the day, or how much free time you have that you are on your phone, and are you making the most are you making the best choice for your day? I tend to keep an account of what I do in a day to help me realize, okay, can I fill in this time and can I do better with my time? Definitely suggest journaling. It would help you a lot. I believe it will, at least. If you don't like writing, we'll get down to habits later on. If you read Atomic Habits, it will help you. It helped me realize some things that I did not realize before. So, journaling, reading and writing. Rule 2, reading and writing. Rule 3, make a schedule. Jordan Peterson pushes this a lot. Making a schedule does not mean that you are bound to that schedule. It does not mean that nothing can go wrong in this day. It means things will go wrong, but you have something to work off of to orient your day off of. Meaning that, I write out how my morning is going to go and what I'm planning to do at night. Not every time does my morning schedule go as planned or my nightly schedule go as planned, but I use it to orient my day. And scheduling will help organize your day and your life and how things are proceeding. Now, you don't need, what I believe you should do is make smaller goals each day that you should be aiming towards to help you progress in life, but also to help you understand where you're at and where you're going and what you need to improve on. Coming up on rule number 4 that I can possibly give you, and a lot of neurological science and a lot of neurological studies have been done on this. Check your diet. If you are mentally not doing so well, you find yourself being more impulsive or more angry or this, that, and the third, check your diet. Make sure that you're eating at least breakfast, lunch, and dinner. At least those. Also, figure out you don't need to do macros. I don't believe that you should do that. If you eat relatively healthy, you're automatically going to be in a deficit, and you're automatically going to be relatively healthy just by doing that. Now, when I mean check your diet, I don't mean be skinny as can be, and I don't mean be as big as you can be. I primarily mean health is dependent on the person and how you feel. If you are super skinny, you need to eat more. If you are super big, you need to check and see what you're eating. If you are eating fast food every day, that is going to impact your health and your mental and cognitive health in a negative way. And there's actually been studies that have been done on cognitive and diet going hand in hand. Thankfully, I found this out when I was around 15, that dyes and sugar and all this other extra processed food ends up making me feel worse, and I end up getting a little snippy, and I end up being a lot ruder than I actually need to be, which is primarily why I eat relatively healthy, so that way I don't be as mean as I normally am. I mean, unfortunately, sometimes I do slip up and I do make mistakes, and I do get a little bit more frustrated than I should. And apologies are made majority of the time whenever I do act up like that. Rule 5 is actually back to the diet, because there is a little bit more that I do need to specify. When I mean check your diet, I mean things like junk food. Junk food does not work for anyone in anyone's favor at all. I will 100% vouch for that. Yes, there are sometimes where it is okay for you to have a fatty burger from McDonald's here and there, but it's small. It's like a burger and fries, and that's it. No soda, nothing like that. To me, that is no benefit to you. Another thing is, some people work better on lower carbs, higher fats, and and medium proteins. To some people, that works for them. To other people like myself, I work better off of higher proteins, lower fats, and lower carbs. I tend to be a lot more productive in my day, and I tend to be a lot happier during my day. I also tend to slow down a lot more, which honestly, that doesn't make any sense to some people, but to me, I slow down a lot more, and I tend to be a lot more productive in my day. Now, productivity does not always mean doing a lot. It means, did you do something beneficial to someone else or to yourself that day? Did you do something that was meaningful in your life? Now we can move to the last one, which is organize where you live and clean up daily. Some people, their life is their mental state is completely trashed, just due to they would walk in from work, their bed's not made, there's dirty laundry on the floor, the kitchen sink is all piled up with dirty dishes, and they just want to go to sleep because they don't want to deal with all that mess. They don't want to shower, they don't want to get around. But really small habits will help you organize. For instance, this is what Jordan Peterson, which is the person that made 12 Rules for Life, very amazing person, very intellectual, based in his knowledge. But my biggest thing that I would recommend is do one task of cleaning a day. What I mean by one task, can be something like make your bed, or it can be something like clean up the laundry, or do a thing of dishes, or like one task, and over time it would accumulate that you are now cleaning. Like, it would slowly accumulate. I do not like clutter. I do not like things being stacked up on top of each other. I don't like being unable to get to where I need to get, or get what I need to have. And I just hate it. And that's very weird coming from a 21-year-old who some people love just throwing their stuff everywhere at the age of 21. But for me, organizing and cleaning up daily, even if it's small, even if it's something small like making your bed, or just one thing daily, and over time, your entire place will be clean one point in time. There's a difference between doing the things you want in your day and things that you need to do in a day. The things that you need absolutely cannot go without is cleaning. You must do one cleaning chore a day in order for your life to get reorganized. Now, organizing to some people is like, ugh, organizing, I don't like it. That's okay. You don't need to like it. You need to do one thing that you need to do a day, and there's things that you want to do later on in your day. Wants and needs are not the same thing. You need to eat 3 meals a day. You want to eat 2, or you want to eat 5, or you want to eat junk food. You don't need to eat junk food. There is a very, very subtle difference between needs and wants. You got to decide that for yourself, and you got to decide on whether or not these rules will help. And if they don't, let me know what you think I was missing in this. And I really appreciate some positive feedback or negative feedback, but constructive criticism is a must. I would like to construct and make more of these videos if possible, but you guys got to help me out with that. Thank you guys. I know I'm still young, and I know it feels like I'm preaching to a bunch of people that already know this. Please give me feedback. Anything that I deem is too toxic to be on here, I will delete their comments and I will report them. So do not be toxic. Constructive criticism is a need, and I appreciate every last one of you guys.